life beyond any imagination would look like a lot of mastery in every area worth mastery. And boy, are there infinite areas combined with the experience of being source energy embodied. I love going for mastery and more unlimited mastery and more source energy embodied and more unlimited source energy embodied. There will be no ending to this desire. In fact, I wish it for all of the universes and all existences in all universes. Eventually, we will all get there. But I envision, once we all get there, that there will be higher configurations left to journey out for. And I will always exuberantly go after the higher configurations that there are always left to merge with. There's infinite room for improvement in my infinite step journey, an infinite journey that is incredibly feels like I'm only on the first steps. That gets me excited. How much room for improvement that I have now and that I will always have. I will bask in appreciation as source energy and being, and it will be beyond sublime, beyond orgasmic, beyond anything. I will be the total isness of source energy, sending my signal of love in all directions, aiming towards everything in existence. I will be the roar of source. I will be masterful as myself as the roar of source. I will be dancing and partying as source energy and feeling everything dance exuberantly and blissfully with me. I will exuberate and dance with all my heart as source energy in energy in this delicious party that we call life. Emotional manifestationalist. What do you want and why? I want to be an emotional embodiment of source energy, loving with all its heart. I want to be love incarnate. Source energy loving and roaring in its most sublime of ways. Why, you ask? Because this is the experience that makes me exuberate in the most exuberating of fashions. It makes me bliss out and love beyond any comprehension. There is no way to describe how juicy and delicious and sublime and sacred this experience is. These words don't even begin to describe the experience. It is beyond anything. Nothing can describe how great this experience of being the emotional love that Source is. It is out of the world, out of universally. It is sublime. Being emotional love that Source is and milking that love for all it's worth, basking that love, beaming it out everywhere, sending vortexes of love in every direction, to everywhere, to everyone, to everything in this universe. It is rejuvenating beyond anything. No workout high will ever come close to this experience. It is a dose of the purest form of energy ever available to you, and it is profound. It is the most profound process you can do in this party of life. Being source energy and beaming your love to all of everything, everywhere, in all of existence. Nothing beats this. It is the sources, things out there. It is the root. It is the stem. It is what makes life life. It's what makes everything everything. There's nothing ever that you can compare to this experience. And this experience has no cap. It will always get better. There's infinite room for being source energy, loving everything. Relationship and family manifestationalist. What do you want and why? I want to be a light bearer and source energy embodied lover and uplifter to my family. My family is a part of me. Why wouldn't I want to be an uplifter to something that is me? I want everyone to thrive. I want not only my family to thrive, but my human collective, 7.6 billion of them, and my galactic collective, and universal collective, and existential collective families to thrive. I want them to thrive and be full of the most purest love and exuberance. I want them to dance in this party of life. I want them to be masterful as one can be, and then get even more unlimitedly masterful, and then more, and then more. I want them to be source energy embodied, and then experience more embodiment of source energy, and then more and more. This is for all of existence, existential collective, extraterrestrial, plants, planets, stars, galaxies, chessboards, starfishes, everything. Seeing everything thrive is like seeing myself thrive. This is the juiciest manifestation yet. Wanting and expecting and journeying out for everything in existence to feel source energy embodied and masterful beyond measure is beyond just you alone feeling that. Nothing in the universe beats this experience. Nothing. Hands down, this is the best experience. Career and financial manifestation list. What do you want and why? My career is my mastery work. My heart and soul is in that. Money will automatically follow from pursuing your passion. So that's my take on financial. But as for my career, I want to be more and then more and then more masterful at being masterful in every possible way. I also want to be masterful at being source energy embodied. I want to be masterful at getting into the highest configuration and then wanting and getting to more higher and higher and higher configurations from that point. I want my existential collective to all be masterful and source energy embodied. It is a done deal, but once we get there, there is infinite room for improvement. Once we get to that improvement, there is infinite room for improvement. I want to be a place of more and more and more. That's my career. My career is more, the mantra of the universe. My career is being source energy and loving and teaching with all my source energy beingness. I want to be abundant as source. I want all to be free as source. I want all to be as love as source. And we all are. We never can get disconnected to source. So even our most angriest states, we are a source. Even the most evil, fragmented, darkest entity is source energy and is pure love no matter what. One love. I want a pure, higher configuration of one love, then more, and it will always be more. It will make everyone's heart sing beyond any measure when they become source energy embodied and become masterful in everything worth mastering. It is beyond sublime of a career. Financial abundance of all types, always situationally, generosity, abundance of mastery, abundance of creativity, and abundance of freedom, love, abundance of source energy embodiment, and abundance of more and more and more. I see and hold that vision for everything in existence. It is done. So be it. Social manifestation list. What do you want and why? I want to have friends and befriend everyone and exuberate with love around everyone, including my family. I want to roar my unconditional source energy, love, beingness to everyone and everything around me. I want all this because I like to see my existential collective family thriving. This is the most powerful practice for everything to be dancing as source energy, totally embodied in this party of a universe, in this party of a source energy life. I want everything to be exuberating and loving and interacting in the most peaceful and most harmonious of passions. I want love of the most sublime order to come together as a human, galactic, universal, and existential collective as infinite configurations of source energy beings. I want the dance to beam and brighten up all universes. I want expansion and love of the highest orders for all things that I'm socially a part. And by the way, I'm a part of everything. I want the universe to get more and more and more and more expansive, more source energy flooding all throughout all universes, more parting, more exuberance, more love, more freedom, more relax, more ease, more of all things expansive. And sometimes that means going into the dark to get to the more. And sometimes it means going full-fledgedly into the highest configurational source energy love. And sometimes it's out of this world freedom or out of this world calm. Other times it's gentle peace and gentle contentment. And sometimes neutral, calm emotions are what are needed to receive all the special galactic downloads and uploads that we are constantly receiving. I want all of this and more for everything a part of the all universes everything in my existential collective family. Physical manifestationalist. What do you want and why? I want to be physically full of more energy. I'm already energetic. I want this for all. I want best of all things physical for all in all physical universes. I want the best of all things for everything. I want non-physical to revel in all things physical. Being energetic physically and having all the best things physical set you up for the experience of mastery of all types and source energy embodiment beyond anything. Mental manifestationalist. What do you want and why? I want focus and all things best mentally for me and all in all of existence. Focus is needed in spirituality and in mastery. Focus is needed to get into the place of mastery of all things worth mastering. Focus is needed in being source energy utterly embodied with love beaming to everything else. Focus is an extremely powerful tool that I wish the most profound version of for all of my existential collective family. I want everything, all aspects mentally to be at the highest configuration for all of my existential collective. I want them to be able to focus on their heart centers for hours upon hours, or their third eyes, hours upon hours, or the exuberance, hours upon hours, or the meditative place, hours upon hours, anything and everything that needs prolonged focus. I want them to have that kind of focus. I also want everything in the existential collective to have intensity of focus and clarity of focus. I wish them to have all ingredients that build a powerful mental powerhouse master. I want them to have this and more in the most extraordinary of fashions. I want them to be unstoppable in all ways due to their mental powers. I want this for everything in existence, of course including my individuation. And I can't wait to revel in the interaction for the existential collective family to come together and all revel in the mental powerhouse mastery and more their source energy mental abilities. To have a full embodiment of Source's mind, Source's thoughts, thinking, creativity is beyond sublime. It is out of this world. I want this beyond sacred experience to become more and then more and then more juicy. Spiritual manifestationalist. What do you want and why? I want everyone, including myself and all of existential collective family in all universes, to have a mastery and love of an undescribable fashion. I want everything to be source energy full-blown and source energy with all its love. I want all of existence to dance in this party of life, in this now moment, and this now moment, and this now moment, more in this now moment, more in this now moment, more in this now moment, more of Source now, more of Source now, more of Source now. There's no ending to this more. It is the mantra of the universe. I would love and see that is done for everything in existence. And then when it gets to that point, there will always be a more expansive and more loving and exuberating version of Source to be. There will always be a more exhilarating dance. There will always be a more exhilarating party. There will always be more mastery to attain and revel in. I wish for everything in all of existence to be the highest configuration, in the highest configuration universe that already exists in this internal now moment. This experience, just like the experience of whatever was happening in the earth 1,000 years ago, present now, or in the present now, or earth 1,000 years in the future now, is all happening now in this blissful, eternal now moment. I wish for all to access this state whenever they like, by knowing they have access to all vibrations. You are a part of everything. You are all universes, all existence, all configurations, including that one. Revel in it right now.